Hey, what's up? We are back. We got Mike Irwin in-house, Tara Talmadge as well. We'll talk about the special teams. Not good for Arkansas last night. Clearly a huge difference in this football game against the Auburn Tigers, a 31-point loss for Arkansas. Now, you look at the special teams, included among some of the nightmares for Arkansas, a 96-yard kickoff return touchdown for Auburn. But here's more on the special teams.
Outside of going back and watching the film and seeing exactly what broke down, I mean, we're in position to make a tackle. We've got to be able to make tackles, number one. And so we'll go back in and look at that and see what we've got to do. And, we've tried to play as many starters on those units as you can. And so we'll go back and look at personnel and see how that works and look at scheme and see what they were doing, if there was any tips or tendencies. But we'll go back to work. That's the first thing we're going to do.
And, Mike, here's the deal. Jordan Peters also partially blocked a punt for the Auburn Tigers that led to another Auburn touchdown. So, again, it was just the way that things would shift in terms of momentum for special teams.
Yeah, it cost them a chance to win the game. I think if you take all that away, they're really in it. They have a shot. And so there's a lot of complaints because there is no one special teams coach. Look, that's not an issue. I mean, a lot of teams do that. I don't think it's a coaching thing. That's a internet thing where fans just go, oh, who's coaching this? Let's get another one. I think they got a personnel problem. I've seen this before. Sometimes when you don't have the right people out there on special teams, especially on your punt coverage, your kickoff coverage, you have no choice but to bite the bullet, put some of your better tacklers, guys with speed, starters. You may sacrifice a little bit because they're going to get tireder when they're out there on defense, but put guys out there that can tackle, put guys out there that have speed, guys that have played a little more, upperclassmen. That changes your special teams.
All right, quickly to this, just the fact that Connor Limpert, he's off and on.
Right.
The guy hit a 29-yarder last night, but missed from 40. 40, it's not a gimme, but,
right.
Again, we talk about momentum.
Yeah, and I mean, your kicking and your punting game is huge, and they are lacking in both of those areas right now. They can't count on Limpert when they're in good field position. They have to kind of go for it, which you saw last night. They did a couple of times. And also, I think the average last night for punting was 37 yards, and at the half, you were in the 20s. It was like 26 yards on average for a punt. You're already setting your team up to fail right there.
Bottom line, you're worst in punting in the SEC right now. Reed Bauer, he got a lot of work, a lot of punts last night, so eventually he did kick one 42, 43 yards, so had some bright spots, but collectively he needs work as well. All right, the O-line, well, a little more continuity last night, saw some more running lanes in the first half, but again, work in progress up front in the trenches from the big nasties.
It is pretty tough, because you got to take pride in it as an O-line. You got to take pride in seeing your quarterback on the back. Like, that's not good. Whether the O-line did it, a tight end did it, RB did it, it doesn't matter who did it. If the quarterback's on his back, that's a problem, and it's tough to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we signed up for. It's football. It's SEC football, and that's what it's going to take. And we got to put up more points.
So, Mike, you move Yellow Froholt back to his natural position, left guard, and then you move Ty Clary to center. Nice to see, Colton Jackson there, left tackle on the right side of the line has been in check. It's intact. So, again, you're starting to build and kind of put this thing together for the rest of the season.
I thought it made a big difference because now you got some guys on the right side that can block. You got some guys on the left side, and I think that's why we saw some open holes. So Clary's only going to get better at center. He's a little raw. Some of the snaps weren't really real good, but he will get better. He's a young player, so I liked what I saw, and I think that's a very encouraging development to get all those people where you need them.
All right, let's go to penalties now because Arkansas had a lot of them, 8 for 57 yards from Arkansas. And it was just the first half alone, again, the way things would shift because we talk about, okay, you have a nice play, and then you stub your toe.
Yeah.
And that's what they did time and again in the first half. You look at the substitution infractions, they had a couple of those. Yeah. They had the illegal formation, holding as well.
Yeah, I mean, just simple as that. You can't do that against teams in the SEC. It's going to just hurt you.
On the road
you can't
especially.
do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Period.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Simple as that.
All right, coming up, Texas A&M, the Southwest Classic. We'll have thoughts on that after the break.